Something unusual happened with Alastair Cook, and for a long time, many people failed to recognize its significance. In an era dominated by flair, power, and constant reinvention, Cook built one of England's greatest careers through patience, restraint, and repetition. He did not overwhelm opponents with aggression, he exhausted them with discipline. While others searched for quick impact, Cook committed to endurance. While critics questioned pace and intent, he continued accumulating runs, sessions, and hours at the crease. This is not a story about sudden brilliance or dramatic transformation. It is the story of how quiet consistency became a weapon. What you are about to hear is not simply the journey of a prolific run scorer. It is the sequence of decisions, habits, and sacrifices that explain why Alastair Cook outlasted generations of bowlers, captains, and critics. His career proves that greatness does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives early, stays longer than expected, and leaves the game permanently changed through discipline that never broke under pressure. To understand Alastair Cook, it is necessary to understand the environment he entered and the expectations that surrounded English cricket at the time. England had long valued technique and temperament, but the modern game was beginning to reward speed, power, and constant innovation. Batters were judged by how quickly they scored, how aggressively they dominated attacks, and how visibly they controlled matches. Into this changing landscape stepped a young left-hander whose greatest strength was not aggression, but endurance. Alastair Cook did not arrive with mystery or drama. He arrived with clarity. From the beginning, his approach was simple, repeatable, and unapologetically patient. He trusted defensive technique. He trusted concentration. Most of all, he trusted time. While others tried to shorten contests, Cook lengthened them. He believed that bowlers break before discipline does. His early career revealed a mindset that was rare even among elite players. He was willing to play long innings without external reward. He accepted that progress could be slow and that pressure could be absorbed rather than resisted. This required a specific type of mental strength. It demanded emotional control, physical resilience, and an ability to ignore noise from outside the field. Cook's discipline was not passive. It was active restraint. Every leave, every defensive shot, every decision to wait rather than attack was intentional. He studied bowlers carefully, memorized patterns, and denied them rhythm. His method frustrated opponents because it removed momentum from the contest. When bowlers could not create chances, they were forced to create mistakes. That is where Cook thrived. As his career developed, responsibility followed naturally. He was trusted in difficult conditions. He was trusted against the best attacks. Eventually, he was trusted with leadership. Captaincy did not change his style. It reinforced it. He led the same way he batted, through consistency, example, and resilience. Criticism never disappeared. Some argued that his scoring rate slowed the team. Others questioned his adaptability. Yet Cook remained unmoved. He understood his role clearly. His purpose was to occupy, to stabilize, and to outlast. Teams built around him because he provided certainty in uncertain situations. Alastair Cook did not redefine batting through innovation. He redefined it through commitment. His career became proof of discipline, when applied relentlessly, can be just as destructive as aggression. By refusing to rush, he forced the game to come to him. This foundation of discipline would shape every phase of his career and explain why his impact extended far beyond numbers on a scoreboard. As Alastair Cook's career progressed, it became clear that his behavior at the crease did not align with the direction modern cricket was taking. While the game around him accelerated, Cook remained committed to slowing it down. This contrast made his approach appear unusual, even outdated to some observers. Yet it was precisely this refusal to follow trends that defined his value. From the outside, his innings often appeared repetitive. Long periods passed without boundaries. Bowlers delivered over after over without immediate reward. Sessions drifted. But beneath this surface calm, Cook was executing a demanding mental process. Every ball required judgment. Every leave required confidence. Every defensive shot required precision. There was no relaxation in his method, only control. What made his behavior stand out was his tolerance for discomfort. Many batters seek release through attacking shots when pressure builds. Cook accepted pressure as part of the contest. He allowed bowlers to test him repeatedly, confident that discipline would eventually tilt the balance. This patience frustrated opponents because it denied them emotional reward. Without wickets or false shots, doubt crept into their plans. Cook's unusual behavior extended beyond batting tempo. He rarely reacted visibly to success or failure. Milestones passed quietly. Near misses were ignored. As Alastair Cook continued to bat in the same controlled, deliberate manner, questions began to surface from many directions. Analysts, commentators, selectors, and even former players tried to understand whether something was missing from his game. The concern was not about his output alone, but about perception. Cricket was changing rapidly, and Cook seemed untouched by that change. To some, this raised doubts. Observers began by examining the obvious explanations. Was his scoring rate holding the team back? Was his approach too rigid for modern conditions? Could his reluctance to attack place pressure on partners at the other end? These questions were asked repeatedly, often framed as tactical concerns rather than personal criticism. Yet none of them fully explained why Cook continued to succeed where others failed. Statistical analysis was applied next. His averages remained high, his conversion rates were strong, his performances away from home matched those at home. The numbers refused to support the idea that his method was flawed. Still, the debate continued because the discomfort was not statistical. It was philosophical. Cook challenged the assumption that progress required speed. Coaches attempted subtle adjustments. Suggestions were offered about rotating strike more often or capitalizing earlier on loose deliveries. Cook listened, but he rarely changed. This was not stubbornness, it was clarity. He understood his limitations and his strengths. His game was built around minimizing risk. At the core of Alastair Cook's success lay a single, unwavering principle: discipline. While many players chased quick runs, immediate dominance, or flashy milestones, Cook's focus remained on enduring the contest, observing carefully, and applying pressure through patience. This fixation shaped every decision he made at the crease, every preparation session, and every response to adversity. It was both his greatest strength and, to outsiders, his most puzzling trait. Cook's fixation was not obvious aggression, it was controlled vigilance. He believed that matches were often decided not by a single spectacular moment, but by the accumulation of small advantages over time. Every defensive shot, every leave, and every patient maneuver was part of a deliberate strategy to outlast bowlers, tire opponents, and force errors. His mental endurance allowed him to occupy the crease longer than nearly any other batter of his generation. This approach often frustrated opponents. Bowlers who thrived on inducing mistakes through pressure found their efforts neutralized. Cook's patience removed unpredictability from the contest. When others accelerated under favorable conditions, Cook waited. When others panicked in adverse situations, he remained calm. This created tension because every session seemed to drag, yet the outcome of his presence was undeniable: frustration for opponents and stability for England. His fixation was reinforced by preparation and observation. Cook memorized bowler patterns, understood field placements, and read subtle cues in pitch behavior. Each over became a study, each session a laboratory. Decisions were rarely instinctual. They were informed by practice, repetition, and reflection. His obsession with understanding the contest in its entirety gave him a competitive edge that appeared invisible until outcomes revealed it. Teammates came to rely on this steady influence. His calm calm presence provided a psychological anchor. When early wickets fell, Cook's innings stabilized pressure points. When partners faltered, he carried the mental burden. His fixation on process rather than immediate result created the backbone for many English victories and draws under extreme conditions.
The first clear indication that Alastair Cook was not an ordinary player came not from a single brilliant innings, but from repetition under pressure. Across tours, conditions, and opponents, a pattern emerged. While others faltered under challenge, Cook consistently endured, accumulating runs steadily and stabilizing the team's position. This was the first clue that his quiet discipline was not merely functional, it was transformative. Early signs were subtle. In a series where England faced high-quality bowling attacks, Cook batted through long sessions that would have broken other players' concentration. He left deliveries that tempted less experienced batters, defended judiciously against swinging deliveries, and rotated the strike with minimal risk. Observers began noticing that his ability to survive difficult spells was more than luck. It was methodical, deliberate, and reliable. Opponents struggled to adjust. Bowlers who had planned to dominate early found their lines and lengths ineffective against his patience. Captains shifted field positions repeatedly, trying to create pressure, but Cook's calm approach absorbed it. Over time, frustration grew, wickets dried up, and confidence shifted. England, in turn, benefited from the psychological advantage that his endurance provided. Inside the team, Cook's influence extended beyond his personal scores. Teammates, seeing him remain unmoved under relentless pressure, found themselves inspired to perform with greater stability. The true revelation of Alastair Cook's career did not arrive in headlines or individual accolades. It emerged gradually as the patterns of his endurance, discipline, and strategic patience became impossible to ignore. Over years of international cricket, a picture formed. Cook was not merely a reliable run scorer, he was a cornerstone who could shape the course of matches and series through sheer consistency and mental resilience. This was the big reveal. Cook's influence was most evident in challenging conditions. On seaming pitches in Australia, against hostile fast bowling, or in spinning tracks in India, he consistently absorbed pressure while others struggled. His innings were not flashy, but they were decisive. He denied bowlers their usual psychological advantage, forced errors, and allowed partnerships to grow around him. England's fortunes often improved simply because he occupied the crease and forced teams to adapt their strategies. Perhaps the most striking aspect of this revelation was his capacity to combine patience with subtle aggression when the moment demanded it. While most of his innings were built on defense and careful calculation, Cook had an innate ability to seize opportunities. A misjudged delivery, a fatigued bowler, a lapse in concentration. He converted these openings into runs. Alastair Cook's career teaches a lesson that extends far beyond cricket. True excellence is often the result of discipline, patience, and an unwavering commitment to process. In a world that celebrates instant results, flashy performances, and dramatic dominance, Cook demonstrated that quiet consistency can be equally powerful, if not more so. His approach showed that enduring pressure with focus and preparation can reshape outcomes and influence an entire team's performance. Cook's legacy is defined by resilience. He faced the fastest bowlers, the trickiest pitches, and the highest expectations, yet his method remained unchanged. He refused to rush. He refused to gamble unnecessarily. Instead, he relied on careful judgment, concentration, and technical mastery. This combination allowed him to outlast opposition attacks, create opportunities for his teammates, and build innings that often became the backbone of England's performance in both tests and ODIs. Perhaps the most important lesson is the value of patience. Cook proved that time at the crease, when used intelligently, can wear down opponents, create openings, and alter the trajectory of a match. He showed that discipline is not limitation, it is power. By remaining focused and measured, he turned stability into a weapon, a foundation on which victories could be built. Another insight from his career
is the influence of leadership by example. Cook's composure and adherence to principles inspired teammates, showing that influence does not always require loud commands or flamboyant action. Sometimes, steadfast commitment to routine and careful strategy provides a clearer path to success than reactive brilliance. In the end, Alastair Cook reminds us that greatness does not always arrive in bursts of brilliance. It can arrive quietly, steadily, and with relentless persistence. The true measure of his career is not only in the runs scored, records broken, or matches anchored, but in the demonstration that patience, discipline, and careful preparation are powerful forces capable of shaping outcomes in lasting ways. This is why Alastair Cook's career, forged in discipline, remains a model for players, teams, and anyone seeking success through steady, focused effort. It is a career that proves that endurance, when applied intelligently, leaves a legacy far beyond immediate impact. His story endures as a testament to the quiet power of consistency and the lasting effect of a disciplined approach to challenges.